Hello, hello, hello. It's Anne Lewis, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, based on the Sunshine Coast here in Queensland, Australia. I teach card making and scrapbooking and love sharing my creations with you. In this step-by-step video, I will be sharing some of my favourite watercolour techniques, tips and tricks to make your colouring, I'll tell you more about these in a sec, your colouring even more enjoyable. Now, I am showcasing the Nature's Paintings all-inclusive kit, and if you just give me a second, I will just change. So, there we go. Now we're right. If you can see and hear me, let me know. Leave some comments in your comments section. Now, this is the first one I did, and as you see, I've made this into a card. It was the same size as this. This is the one I whipped up this afternoon, and I have to say, and I'll show you these a little closer, I've had a fabulous afternoon making these. It is truly really restful and relaxing, and that's from someone who is not an artist in any way. I might be creative, but I'm certainly not an artist. So if you are watching, leave a comment and let me know that you can see and hear me. Now, the kit comes in one of these gorgeous Stampin' Up all-inclusive boxes. Now, this kit has only been released at the start of November, and kits are only available until sold out. So if you're looking at getting one of these kits, either for yourself or for a gift over Christmas, now's the time to jump in. And I've got a couple of other reasons why you should be jumping in now, but I will save them for a little later. Hi, Glenda, how are you? Now, so the kit comes, it's all in this box. It is cling wrapped, but I've already opened it up to have a play with it. Comes with these. Now, I wouldn't necessarily call them instructions, but it does give you what the images are, and it does give you some ideas. But it doesn't give you a picture of each of the images. Now, I don't think that's a bad thing, because as you're going to perhaps learn tonight, is you can do them in whatever colour you like. So you get the instructions. You get 8 watercolour pencils. Now, please don't look at which 8 I've got here, because I mixed them up before, because I was a little worried that that they need sharpening and I didn't want to leave. So, I don't know, is there 8 pencils here? Floaty Flamingo should be there. I think they're the 8. So you've got Berry Burst, Early Espresso, Garden Green, Coastal Cabana, Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, Red, and Flirty Flamingo. Now, I've used these a bit, so mine are looking a little blunt, but all you have to do is sharpen them and they're right to go. And you also get a watercolour painter. And this one is straight out of, it is part of a kit, well, not a kit, a set that we have, which is our water painters. So there's, in the water painters, you only get this in the kit, and this is all you need, to be honest. But in the kit, in this set, you get a really big, I'll show you the tip. Oh no! Can you believe I did that? The water came out everywhere because I squeezed it. Anyway, this is just to see how I handle the unexpected. Anyway, so this is I think that project nearly survived it. So it's got a really thick end. I'm going to put this back because it was filled with water. We'll just pop that up. And then it's got a medium size and a fine size. In the kit that I'm using tonight, it comes with defined size. What not to do, yes. That is the tip, what not to do. But anyway, I think we've got to laugh at ourselves when crafting. It's not to be taken too seriously. And I'm going to throw you back to me because I've worn something. Oh, I've also knocked this out of the way. So let's straighten this up. Let's see me. So you can see my shirt, which I wore specially for tonight. And it says, I know it's backwards, or mirror image, keep it simple. And truly, watercolouring is about keeping it simple. Now, also in that kit, you get 24 images. This is the one I showed you. Oh, wait a minute. Let's throw you back down. Don't you like how I throw you around like this? Throw you down. So it comes like this. So this is this one. As you see, I did a lot lighter and a lot more subtle, and I changed it up to what suited me. And I think for watercolouring, you just do what you want to do. It doesn't have to be the same as the flower. It doesn't have to be actually exist in real life. So I'll show you some of these, and if you've been on my Facebook page, you will have seen them. I'll jump to a couple of pages. So, sorry. So there's this one, which could be tulips, tulip tree. This one I love. I'm not sure what they are, but they're berries. And we've got some paper. Oh, I've got the paper right here. Let's see if I can have another little bit of a disaster. So it's kind of like this. So there's a really good guide for how you could colour this one. This is called Winter Meadows. So there's a poppy one, which I love. I was hoping someone would pick the poppy one, but nobody did, because as you know, I took a vote today as to which one I would do. There are a couple of late entries which changed the voting, but I'd already picked which one. So you can see they're gorgeous. And they're not difficult. And I don't intend to colour an entire image. Well, I don't think I will, depending on the time. Now, you could frame these. This is like a Christmas one. I really like it. It's a bit hard to see. So it's some are they poinsettias or poinsettias? I think they're poinsettias. Now, the really good thing is at the back of the book, there's some blank watercolour paper. And I show you one of my tips that I'm going to share with you tonight. It's what you actually can do with those. Obviously, you can use them, stamp them, or whatever. But there's actually another reason what you would do. Now, let's show you my two projects that I've already done. Now, I'm just thinking about this. I'm not trained as an artist or in watercolouring or blending or anything. I just know that when Stampin' Up do a kit, it's going to be easy. And sure enough, they make it so easy. And there's a couple of reasons why it's so easy that I'll walk you through. So this is the card. They seem too thick for a card front, says Glenda. Well, this is what I did with the card front. I didn't find it too thick. It is larger. I'll show you here we go. Here than our normal card base. But I just cut it down and did this little fussy cut around it. And I found, because it's really quite, how I've coloured it, it's really quite bright, is that black made it pop. And I think even on this one, black would make it pop. Now, I'm going to show you a little closer how this looks. And I think it's gorgeous. So you can see there's a bit of colouring. It didn't take long. And this is my first one I have ever done. And to be honest, I think it would be my first ever watercoloured image. I don't do watercolouring because I'd never felt confident before. Now, this is the one I threw all the water over before. but it's nearly survived. I'm just going to put my thumb over the bit that didn't really survive. Now, this is bright. I said the first one I kept muted colours. I'll just bring it back. Now, this I asked for advice, and I'll just come back to this. So leave a comment whether you think this is a waratah or a chrysanthemum or something else. Now, I got told it was a waratah, so I did waratah colours. I know waratah's a little redder than this, but it doesn't have to be exactly a reflection of what the actual flower would look like. And waratahs, which I learned since doing this, can come in white, they come in pink. There's a lot of really different shades, but I went for the darker colour to make it pop. Now, so what do you think? Is this a chrysanthemum, a waratah, or something else? So Gail says no idea. So Glenda's going a waratah. Well, I'm going to make this one. I've definitely made a waratah. This one I'm going to do completely different, and I want to show you the difference that just adding some different colours can make to your flower. It's a little wet here. I don't know how that happened. I'm going to put this out of the way, and I'm going to pop up. Wait a minute, this is moved again. When I was throwing water around, it got a little hectic in here. I'm going to show you this. Now, this is a chrysanthemum. What do you think? So, I mean, you can kind of pick what you do. Now, I'm going to be making this flower. It's a similar technique, but you can see what a difference colour will make. Now, mine will be a little lighter, a little less intense than this as a choice. But I thought I'd show you where I've just looked up flowers through Google and then picked some flowers, not literally, picked some flower images that I thought would give me a bit of guidance of how this flower could look. Now, I'm not sure whether you can see where my cursor is, but I'm assuming not. But the interesting thing about this colouring is the red's on top and the yellow is underneath. So all that you can see here is the petals curled over. Now, I want to also, wait a minute, I'm coming back to my desk. I want to also show you how I have a little play with colours. So look, these are our little strips of leftover paper that I had from our Fluid 100 watercolour paper. So I had a little play with the colours to see what worked together, what colours combined really well. This is kind of the colour scheme that I'm going to be using this time. And I've also got the other sides of these done. So I had a play because then I could see. So I know that colour and that colour, garden green and coastal cabana, will make a different green altogether. I'm hoping you will be able to see that. All right. So that's tip number one, is have a play on some watercolour paper. Now, this watercolour paper, the one that comes in the Fluid 100 packs, and I'll just pull one of them out, is completely different than the watercolour paper in the kit. Now, to be honest, I found the one in the kit easier to work with, by far easier to work with than this. Now, not that this is difficult, just the other one, I just found it so much easier. So let's get started. And now, as I said, I don't intend to do the entire image, or otherwise we wouldn't be here for a long time, but we would be here a little longer. I'm not sure, did I show you this one here? Did get a little wet, still a little wet, but There's a lot of detail in that, but it's really quickly added using the pencils. So let's come to our colours. Now remember I said, I'll just throw up this again, that. So you get a picture of what I'm doing. So it's going to be red around here. It's going to be yellow in the center. And it's got a little green, like a little green bit right in the very center. Now, as I said, I think it's a waratah, but I'm going to turn it into a chrysanthemum. Let's just have a quick go. Remember I said yellow on the underneaths. So here we go. You're going to see how quick and easy this is going to be. So these are all underneath, all these ones here. Oh, you can't see me. Let's come back over here. Oh, wrong one. Oh, yeah. So these here are, you're seeing the underneath, so they'll be yellow. These here will be yellow here and red there. So let's have a go at this. Now I do all my one colouring at one time, and I try and do, when I get around here, it's only the back that is the underneath of these leaves. And I try to do, I don't even know what I was going to say. I'm not sure what I try and do. Oh, I try and watercolour all the same colour at one time, so that I'm not always rinsing out my brush. What other bits have I got? So it's good to have a bit of a look at your image and pick which is the underneath, which might have a shadow. So you get a bit of an understanding before you start colouring what you're going to be doing. So now Stampin' Up have very kindly added some, I don't know what I'd call them, but some accents, I suppose. See here? So I use them as a bit of a guide. I think I've done all the, got a few more over here. You're going to see how quick this actually is. I know, so I've done, and remember, this is not about being perfect. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of orange here, just to add a little depth to it. Now, one of my other tips, other than it never has to be perfect, because it's not a photograph, one of my other tips is, and I better look at my tips here, is, oh, I know what it was, is you can leave white space, because it's an easy way of getting just a little bit more additional dimension on. So as I said, Stampin' Up have already given me the accents where I should be drawing in this. I know. Now I like my pencils nice and sharp. Now I've got some paper towel here, which you saw come out at the most inopportune time before. So who's here does watercolouring? Who can paint? I wish I had that skill. I know. So all I'm doing is staying on those accent lines, so keeping my shape there. Now I move the paper around, so I don't try and get my arm to do all the work. I just move the paper around so it's a convenient place. Now, as I said, mine won't turn out like that photo. I don't want it to turn out like that photo. And you see how quick and easy this actually is. And there will be a little bit of white space in this one. So Gail paints with acrylics. And Glenda says it's a waratah as well. I think it is a waratah, but as I said, we're going to turn it. I'm going to make this yellow. I might have to go back and add something to that. Oh, and I didn't add. Now, say you forget something, it's all good. You can add it later. And I've got a couple of other. Now this will be a little wet here, and I do want this just to be a little tiny, have a little stronger colour, so I just added that orange. So how easy was that? And now I'm going to add all the reds. Now I think I've got this okay. So let's, did I say red? I think I said I was going to add red. What is that flower? Yes, it is red. Let's pop it up again so you can all see it. So there, that's what I'm doing. Come back down here. Now mine, as I said, will not turn out like that. So let's add the red. Truly, this is like colouring from grade 2. Now, I don't have to go edge to edge. So you can see. It's not going to, I colour it edge to edge with the watercolour painter, but not necessarily here. You can see I just moved the paper around. Now I've got another tip. What's my next tip? I've got these written out in case I had trouble. And this is so true. Less water is better. You don't have to flood it. The colouring on this paper, on the one that is comes in the pack, I think it's a little different. But certainly this paper you don't need to add much. Now, I missed a little bit here, so. And if you add too much, what ends up happening is it will end up bleeding, which is not what you want. You want it to dry quick. Now, I want to add a little bit of orange here. Oh, now I've got some more red over here to do. Now I have to do this with red, but there's a few other things I'm going to do before. Now I want some darker lines here. Now I want to, which I haven't actually. One of the things that you can do is also combine your mediums. So I could add blending, some blending brushes, not blending brushes, I'm just making sure this is the right colour. I could actually add some lines if I wanted to using a blender. Now I don't intend to do it yet, if I even intend to do it, but I'll just show you. I could put, wrong end. Using the thin end, I could just do some little light accents if I wanted to. Now, I don't think I need them yet. I'm not sure I even need them. So here we go. So I can get my watercolour painter out, and I was adding some more red. Now I need the my pencil, to be quite sharp for this. So they're fine lines that I'm doing through here. I think you want to have planned to do this project. Well, it actually wasn't the one I would have picked because it's a little harder than I think some of the others are. Now, all I'd have to do to get water out of here, I filled it with water, is actually give it a bit of a squeeze. I didn't mention that before. As I said, you don't want too much. Now, this has got a green tip to it. It's just stained. There's no more green left in this. Let's add, just quickly go over this. As I said, there will be some white space in this. Now, the water actually activates the colour, so it goes a little more intense. I'm trying to do this a little fast. I probably took a little more care last time. But as I said, I'm keeping it simple because we want it to be fun. We don't want to be, oh my goodness, I've gone outside the lines. I know. I think I've done all these. I haven't done that one. You can see when you have done it. I know. So now it looks, you can see. So now I'm going to make nearly all of this yellow in the centre. But I do want that little touch of green. So let's grab my green and just do a few of these. Now, I think the idea is that some of these being green, they have yet, because it's only a new flower, they have yet to pick up that colour. And it's only very, very small area. And I've learned a lesson here. I added some yellow. So what happens is, what does yellow and green make? What colour? So anyway, it'll still be good. It'll still work out. So I'm just spreading it a little bit. Oh, I quite like that. Just see what I've done so far. So you can see I'm not taking too much. There's not a lot of effort on this. And then I'm going to make the rest. And I'm keeping to those in the direction of, I call them stamens. I hope they are, if they're a waratah. Now, this is where there will be some white space. And I'm going to go back and just do the tip of these with a bit of orange in a second. Now, I think also there's a few little red areas in here that we're going to see. Only a few. I don't think I want to colour too many of them. No. So, oops. I'll just add the water to those. So they're just a little highlight in here. Where are we gone here? So look, there's no great art to this. I keep telling you that. I say the same when I blend. As I said, I don't have that. I'm still a stick figure person as far as drawing goes. I can combine colours. Now the other thing is you've got 8 colours in this pack. You can combine, have a play with the colours to make new colours. So you can make purple. And I made purple on one of these. Which one did I make purple on? Well, not a purple. I added a lot of brown. So brown and red made that colour there. So early espresso and the red colour. Oh, yeah, so I've nearly done all these. don't think I missed any. But then I want to just go back and add some tips to each of those. And if I miss a tip, one of these tips anyway, not one of the tips for how to colour, you won't even notice. But this just adds that little bit of extra colour, and I think it helps blend this a little bit. So those outside petals, I don't know. Now, I just found a couple that I missed up here. There, and there's a couple more red areas in here that I want to add. I don't know. So let's get going. This is not going to take long, as you can see. Oh, I did miss a couple more. No matter how many times I do something like this, so I'm trying to stay. Hopefully you can see that. So it looks a lot better now I've added those orange bits. Oh, there's a bit, I missed a bit down here. And there's white bits that make this blend pretty well. Now, hoping you can see that. I actually love this flower, and I've done a better job, I think, with the colouring. And one of the good things about it is I've got a lot more white space in this. Now, so you can see I've now done the flower. Now, just in case you didn't know, I can actually use Wink of Stella, and as you know, I've been having a love affair with Wink of Stella lately, is I can add a little bit of bling here. I don't want too much. I don't want to colour the whole lot. I just want just a bit of bling along there. So hopefully you can, I think you can kind of see that little bit of shade. Sorry, little bit of shine is what I meant to say. Okay, so now I'm going to show you really quickly. I'm just going to do a couple of leaves and then I'm going to leave it. Now, this could be green, it could be brown. I'm going to just do brown, but a really light brown this time. The other one I did a little more. My brown's a bit blunt. So all I've done is run it down one of the sides. So I've said this is my dark side of this stem. Then need to clean this up just in case. Oops, made a bit of a mess there. And then I just drag the colour over. So it's going to be a pretty light stem. I can add a little bit of green if I wanted to. Do need just a little bit more brown. Now, one of the things I didn't show you is I can actually pick up colour from the paper. So I just need a little bit more, but I need it fairly subtle. So how much fun is that? I know. So I'm hoping that you can see that. Okay, let's try let's add some leaves. Now, for the leaves, I'm going to be using the green and the Coastal Cabana, which is the same colour that I put in the flower here. And first off, I'm running the green along those accent lines that Stampin' Up I put there just for me. Well, and you. As I said, if you want a paler colour, you can just put on your paper like this. Now I'm just going to colour in. I think this might have gone a little dark. I might have used a bit too much colour. It'll be fine. All right. Let's see how this goes. So I wanted it a little, I don't know, brighter than what the garden green was, and that's why I added the Coastal Cabana. But I don't want the blue showing through. I want it to blend in. Okay. So hopefully you can see the difference there. Now, I'm not going to do all the leaves. You can just see how I did it. So basically what I did, where's my green pen, is I went down the veins of the leaf and with the green, and then coloured it a little bit in, and then added the Coastal Cabana over the top, which then gave me that really bright leaf. Rightio. I'm going to show you how I did these, and I'm probably going to change it because in this one you can see I combined green and for the, oh, I can't think what that's called, but anyway, for this part I had green and the colour of the flower, and I'd seen pictures, actual photos of waratahs that had that finish, so that's why I did this. But on this one we're just going to go the green, and then the yellow in here. So it's not going to take, this is kind of the last step. Now whilst I do this, I said I'd announce my Black Friday deals tonight. So I've got a few Black Friday deals going. So the first one is I've got the November mystery party, host party going, and it's now up to $85, which means that if your name gets drawn, if you put an order in and your name gets drawn out, you will have a free, well, an $85 voucher from me that you can order through me. $85, that's nearly a full bundle of something. It's your favourite bundle, so it's getting up, and the more orders I get, the more that amount will grow. It's hard me talking and also colouring at the same time, so that's, I know. Now my second special offer for Black Friday, gone a little all out to be honest, is I'm going to, if you purchase this kit, and this one will last a little longer than Friday, if you order this kit, I will do a free class in person, and if lots of people order it online and would like me to walk through the kit with them, I will actually do an online class, a recorded online class anyway. So I'll run out of water here a little, so you can see how easy that is. And I'm going to do, which is probably everybody's favourite, is I'm going to do mystery boxes, and they won't be done on Friday. I've decided to do this to do it for the 4 days, So it'll be starting on the weekend. So in the mystery boxes, and I'll be advertising this over the next couple of days, is there'll be a mystery box of goodies, of retired goodies. I'm not allowed to sell online current goodies. So they'll be retired goodies. So some of them will have been used, some of them will be brand new. All I can say is there'll be so much value in that mystery box, probably 4 times, maybe 5 times the value of what I'll be charging. Now, I haven't got a price yet because I want to just check the value of what I put together and make sure that they're amazing value. So I would then just kind of go back. I can do this really quickly. Do some of the yellow. And it will also have, oops, this one will have a little bit of the red around the edge. So you can see how I'd finish this off. So stay tuned for the mystery boxes. They'll be advertised on my Facebook page, and I should send out a newsletter as well. So this is the other one. So if you had to choose, which one would you choose? The waratah colours, so the red, or do you like how I've changed the colour up a little bit? It's still quite intense. I could have added less colour and made it a lot lighter, but I like it when it kind of pops, a flower like this. So this one I just felt needed to be subtle. Ideo. So let me know which one you like, if you're watching on replay, when you do get to watch it, just let me know which colour you like, whether you think it's a waratah or chrysanthemum or something else. And so is that, well, now Glenda says red, and then she says, is that Kiko? I can hear getting into mischief. Well, she's been into mischief because she slept all day, I don't know why, and then went wild. But I've half locked her out. I know, wait a minute. Let's bring that back. Anyway, so now you've got an idea how easy this kit is actually to use, how much fun it is. I really do find it relaxing, and it's relaxing because there's no such right or wrong, and there's 2 of every image, so you can have a play with the first one and then change up and find some options for the second one. So it is, for those who might have just joined, it is called the Nature's Paintings, plural, kit. It's available from my online store under the kit tab. And if you need any help, don't ever hesitate to contact me. That's what I'm here for. You have now become an artist. Well, thank you, Glenda. I will take that compliment. I won't choke on it, because this is so easy. Anybody can do it. That's the issue. You don't have to have any great skill for this. And I love that Stampin' Up make their kits easy for everybody. And that's why I think this paper makes it easier than the Fluid 100. You don't need a lot of water, and I'll just show you this again. You can just see how easy it is to come together. And look, I've done that in probably half an hour, that much, and it's probably got about another 5-10 minutes left. Now, I could frame this one. I wouldn't frame, but I could, mainly because of the colours, but I could put this in as I would say, a cheap little frame from the discount store, and I could gift to somebody. If I belong to a garden club or something similar, I could actually colour, a few of these in, put them in a nice little frame, and what a great gift. So I think these are perfect for gifts. They're perfect for card fronts, as you see what I say here. And you didn't have to, I mean, all I've done is add a black layer and picked a colour up, which was the Coastal Cabana, to make it a little fancy. Now, I didn't add a background to this one. See how this one I added a background? I would probably go around here just adding another colour just as a water wash. So water wash is just when, say I pick up this colour and just lightly add some water, pick up some colour and just let that dry. So it's a really, really, before I have another disaster, just a light, I'm hoping you can see how I've done the water wash on there. So it's just a very light. And the way I did the water wash on this one, I don't really want to do it on this. I could probably do, how do I want to do it? I don't, I'm going to turn it over and grab another piece of, oh no, this is just normal cardstock, so don't. So all I did was put a bit of colour like that around the edge of the flower. So this won't work as well, but then I just washed it out. It doesn't work as well on our normal cardstock. It's not made for this, hence why we use a thicker cardstock. So all I did was kind of add, that's a very poor example of what I did, but you get the idea. So you can do that, which makes it pop off the page a little more. Ideo. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you dropping by, and hopefully I've encouraged you to fall in love with this kit as much as I have, and you'll have some fun painting away and just having well, just relaxing. Thanks, everybody. Don't forget to keep an eye out for my Black Friday deals coming up on Friday and over the weekend. Wait a minute, I'll just throw you back to me. And remember, when you're watercolouring, keep it simple. Bye, everybody.